Hey YouTube, thank you so much for coming to my live stream. I'm super excited to be here and to talk about Tim sales again today. So, how was everyone's week? What did you do at work today? What is your plan for the weekend? I was really excited about this when I noticed it. I recently hit the 4,000 public watch hours in 1 year for like one of the requirements for monetization, and I like don't expect the 1K subscribers, but the 4,000 public watch hours in 1 year is like that's attainable. I'm getting close to that. I'm getting close to that. And then I hit it, and that's pretty cool. I'm a little bit over that now, but I was pretty excited about that. So thanks to anyone who's ever watched any of my videos. That's a lot of hours. That's pretty cool. So we already have friends here. How cool. Hey, Ove. Thank you for being here. Hi, Gary. Lisa's here. Anne Marie's here. Hey. Yeah, Anne Marie and I did a Mary Kay video on her channel, and it was really fun. It was awesome. We're going to do some more Mary Kay related videos. So if you want to watch it, you can go over to her channel. I was not prepared with linking it, but you can go over there and watch the video. It was so fun. Then O saying, hey. Oh, thank you, O. That's so nice. Hi, Amanda. Thank you for being here. Oh, thank you, and Maria. I was very excited. Very excited because I didn't expect anyone to watch me. And so, yeah, that's a lot of hours. I think that's pretty cool. I was very stoked. Hi, Charlie. Yay, Heather. Thank you, Lisa. That's so nice. Hey, Heather, congratulations on hitting your watch hours. Thank you, Jenny. That's so nice of you. So I'm going to get started. This will be a short video today, but just a reminder that Aaron Bees and Julie Joe are live at 5. So feel free to jump over there in 13 minutes if you want to watch them. And you can watch the rest of my stream on the replay. Super cool. You are great and you deserve it. Oh, thank you. You're great too, Jenny. That's so nice. That's so nice of you. It was a lot of fun. I've been saving more Mary Kay videos the past couple of days. There's plenty. Ooh, I'm going to keep an eye on your channel for other videos and lives for sure. Hey, Tanya. Thank you for being here. Hey, Monica. Woo, we have so many friends here. Lick the stream. Oh, and I'm really excited. So the Clown Town and I have been emailing back and forth, and the three of us are going to do a collab on my channel for Amway tomorrow. I can't wait. I can't wait. And so if you want to listen to some Amway stuff, it's a video I've been wanting to do for a long time, and they thought it was a cool video too. Very, very culty. You can come here and watch that tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain. And I know it's definitely like later. It's not my usual time. I don't usually stream at all on Saturdays, but it's going to be really cool. It's going to be fun. You're welcome. Okay, I am ready to start. So this is Tim Sales. We've already done one Tim Sales video. I was going to do a different one. That's not the layout I want. I was going to do a different one, and I found this one and I thought it was interesting, and I might not have that much commentary on it because he says a lot of nothing, honestly, but it's a topic I haven't thought about and that I haven't talked about before on my channel. Like, what will happen if an upline gets a message from their downline saying, I'm thinking about quitting my MLM, right? So it's pretty cool, new topic, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Oh, thank you, Tanya. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that they wanted to hang out and talk about Amway with me. I think it'll be really fun. Hi, Eloise. Sounds fun. Hopefully I'll be awake to watch the stream. If not, I will catch the replay. Thank you. Okay. Oh, closed captioning. If this connection sucks, I will take my face off the screen. Okay, I'm ready.
Thought of, or maybe you've even been asked whether or not you should resign and start over. You ever thought about starting over again and signing up under another team or something?
Live Panic! Hey, Live Panic! Guess what? Guess what? My channel hit the 4,000 public watch hour requirement in the past year for monetization. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I never thought I would get to that amount of watch hours. So thank you for being here, Live Panic. I appreciate it.
like that, right? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about here because somebody had asked me this question, and I want to walk you through how I handled that situation this time.
Isn't it funny? I feel like all of these MLM coaches have the exact same music or whatever. Like, I think I've heard Fraser Brooks use that. I've heard Eric Ward use that. I think I heard Sarah Robbins use that. I've heard so many people use this freaking music. The hoops they go to retain you are mind-boggling. A reputable company doesn't do that. That's a fantastic point. That should be a really big red flag, right? You shouldn't have to convince your people to stay with you. Oh, thank you, Monica. Thank you, Lift Panic. Thank you. Thank you, Charlie. And then everyone's saying hi to everyone. That's so nice. Okay, let's continue.
Okay, so someone contacted me and sent me a message, and they explained a little bit about the situation. And then their question was, do you think as a business-minded person that taking a step back, resigning, and re-entering under a different team is even a feasible plan for success? Well, based upon what I had received, I didn't have enough information. Okay, so I needed to fully understand the scene. So we met on Zoom. I wanted all the data so I could understand the scope of what the person was dealing with. When I talk about the scope, I'm not necessarily looking for all the drama. I'm just like looking for what are the dones, and the drama. I'm talking about how do I feel and things like that. I'm looking for what are the dones.
My screen just went black. I heard a ding and then my screen went black, but apparently I still have a connection. I'm sorry if I cut out randomly. So when someone asks him this question, they say, hey, should I be moving to a different team? He wants to collect all the data. So he knows where that person is coming from. He listens intently and he asks questions. And the person is very bright, assuming that this is an actual real story, okay? So he's not listening intently just because, let's look at this from the perspective of an upline. If you ask your upline this question and they're listening to you intently, it's not because they just want to understand you. It's not because they just want to give you a really good response. It's because they want to be able to collect all the information in order to like push it back to you and use your information against you in order to keep you in their downline for as long as possible. And so let's just think, he mentions an MLM here. I don't know if he's still in an MLM at this moment. I'm not sure, but let's remember this is coming from the perspective of an upline. I'm going to share you on my Twitter. Hopefully it'll help you get to 1K. That's so nice, Tanya. Thank you so much. My goal is 500. I don't expect 1K, but I think 500 is awesome. Is so many people. 420 is so many people, but yeah. Thank you so much. We'll see if 1K happens. So Heather's getting rich from us. Totally, Mark. Hey, everyone. Hey, Andrea. Thank you for being here. Will he use guilt to make them stay? Tell them quitters never win. Remind you of your why. We shall see. You are close. You are close. When you leave your job or career or something else for a better job, the company you are leaving usually won't go to these extremes to retain you. I think it's like a reasonable response is, oh no, can we do anything to keep you here? Oh, well, I want more money. Oh, well, we can't really give you a raise. I'm sorry. And then you're like, okay, that's fine, no problem. And then you move on, right? But they're not going to sit there and get into your soul and understand your why, like Lisa just said. They're just going to see they're going to see if it's a personnel problem, if your boss is being mean, if you want more money, see if they can fix it. And then if not, you move on. And it's okay. It's okay to move on. Did he really, Mark? Did he really? Tell us more. Tell us more, Mark. Also, your coworkers will wish you luck and hopefully don't act like children and block you. Right? Right? It's so weird. Your coworkers aren't going to be like, oh my gosh, she's a traitor. How dare she leave us? How dare she go to a different job? They're going to be like, oh, I hope you're happy. I hope you are fulfilled. And let's stay in touch. That's a good point, Monica.
What had the upline done or not done? That kind of a thing. That's what I was really looking for. I listened intently.
Oh, and he said emotions were drama. So he was looking for like facts. How does the upline treat you? What's going on in your business? But then the emotions are the drama. Like how your upline makes you feel is the drama, according to Tim.
I asked questions. The person I found to be being responsible. That's what I found. Very bright person, kind of an infectious sort of a personality, right? And so I walked through my history, right? My upline was never consistent, and I'm going back like 30 years. Sometimes great, sometimes so embarrassing. I wanted to like crumble into like a cracker crumbles. Okay, like I didn't even have the guts to call my prospect back. Okay, because I was so embarrassed that what my upline didn't talk about but did talk about.
So he's saying that he walked through his history with another bad upline. I'm sorry, my screen it goes black a few times, but I think it's okay. He walks through his history with his bad upline, talked about how his upline wasn't consistent. Sometimes they were wonderful, sometimes they were terrible. He explained it so the person knew I had empathy. No, unless you are like you explained it so the person could continue to financially benefit so you could continue to financially benefit off of your downline. You don't have empathy for your downline in an MLM. You want them to stay in not because it's going to change their life, because they're going to achieve all their wildest financial dreams. You want them in because you know every time they buy something, you know every time they get a customer, they get another downline member, then you are going to benefit financially. So I just wish we would be honest and say, you want to make sure that your downline stays in because you're going to make money off of them. I wish we would just be straightforward, but we always have to be like roundabout and be deceitful. We don't want them in because of some like charitable altruistic nature of ours. Let's just be honest, Tim. Let's be honest. Aren't you supposed to deify your upline? Oh, true, Charlie. True. Good point.
I explained it so the person knew I had empathy. So now, if you watched other videos, what I'm going through here is in the world of helping people, coaching people. Experience is really good. Not, it's even if it's not exactly the same situation, experience is good. And so all that I try to do when I ask somebody to talk and then that person starts to communicate, if the person talks too much and goes,
sorry, if the person talks too much, he's going to tell us something. But I wonder if uplines taught to lie when their downlines come to them with this, because we know often that like stories are embellished in MLM just to make your downline or make potential prospects feel more relatable. Like it makes you seem more relatable in their eyes. And so what if you are an upline, but you don't have experience with a crappy or embarrassing or inconsistent upline? Are we supposed to lie in order to appear that we have empathy, in order for us to just relate to them more? I wonder, right? Yes, I saw that he was doing a video, and so I stopped watching it because I knew I wanted to react to the stream, to this video, and I didn't want to copy his commentary. But I'm definitely gonna watch that soon. Yeah, you can't be honest. You're totally right. I hate the savior complex many of these MLM Huns have. Same. Yes, he is so fake, Mark. Yeah, he looks really sharp. He looks good for sure. I totally agree. Hey, Sam! Thank you for being here. Okay, it is 1 minute until Julie Joe and Aaron Bees go live. Feel free to jump over there and go watch, and you can finish me on the replay. Just watch the stream that you guys want to watch. No pressure to stay. And then Sam says hi to everybody. Okay, so he's saying if the person who comes to you seeing if they should quit or move to another upline, then if they're talking too much, if they talk too much, then this is how we respond.
goes too far, then it kind of creates a vacuum. And so I want to communicate back, and so that that person, so that there's a bit of an ambiance, for lack of better ways of saying this, is that there's an equality in the communication. Okay. And I'm talking about the quantity of. And so sometimes I just will say a little bit to,
I don't understand why there needs to be an inequality in the quantity of the communication. That doesn't really make sense. We've heard Ray talk a lot about how you need to be in control of the prospect conversation, and you need to like make sure that they're not overpowering you, that you are controlling where the conversation is going, when the conversation ends, that they're waiting to hear what you have to say. But I've never heard someone say you need to keep the same quantity of communication. I never really heard that before. Oh, Monica, that's so nice. I will support the smaller channel. I can go there later. Oh, thank you. That's lovely. And Lipinic says hi to Sam. I'm actually going to let it play for longer than like 20 seconds.
to put that person on simmer a little bit while I'm communicating, and having that person to kind of understand, oh, wow, like he really has had the same experience or a similar experience, right? So that's the reason.
Sorry, put the person on simmer. If someone told me to simmer or said they were going to put me on simmer, I would be out of there so fast. That's so rude.
Reason I talk a little bit instead of just being, like, I don't know, Agent Smith or something. So I explained the idea of identities, and then I discussed a few of them. All right. So you see how I'm using this identities as a tool? It's very, very good. It's a set of tools that that allow the person to make good decisions. Okay. So I explained responsibility, the reason something happens or doesn't happen, ownership, responsibility for all that affects your business, and accountability, get the results no matter the excuse.
So if we are wanting to meet these characteristics, then we need to stay in the business. So I think he's insinuating, like, if we move to another downline, then we are not taking responsibility, we aren't taking ownership, we are not taking accountability. And then of course people want to be considered a person who has those characteristics. They want to be able to control what happens in their business. And so then I think that's really like he's using this as a way to manipulate the person into staying with their current upline. Because if you leave, if you move, you're not taking responsibility and ownership for yourself. And I really don't like that. 4,000 watch time. Congrats. I'm at 198. Trying to get the YouTube algorithm on your side to find new people is so frustrating. Oh, yeah. I started posting a year and a half ago. And for the longest time, I had like 30 hours a month maybe. And then I think since I've started doing just all streams, it's interesting. It's really strange. Like the viewership has definitely gone down, but my watch hours has been extremely high. Like the past like 4 months, I'd say, as I said, like lower viewership, but my watch time, even when I was getting like 4 times the viewership, my watch time is a lot higher. So I definitely like, from my very limited experience, I think like the streams really help my watch time, if that makes sense. And go look at Eloise's channel. Her channel's right there. See if her content is interesting to you for sure. And thank you for being here, Eloise. I really appreciate it. Not another broken record. Idea of identity. Like, what does that even mean, the idea of identities? Is he insinuating that if we leave our upline, then we are like losing our identity? Is that what he's insinuating? I love the live streams. Thank you. That's so nice, Charlie. I appreciate it. I like the live streams a lot more too, which is why I think I did one actual video when I was sick in November with COVID. I did one video, and then since like I've just done straight live streams. With them saying they want to leave one upline to go to another team, are they also saying they want their downlines to follow them? If so, the upline will be peeved. Brilliant point. I didn't even consider that. That's another reason why an upline would want to follow these instructions to make sure that they keep their downline in their downline, right? That's a great point. I didn't even think of that. Why not? Why stay with something that is failing? Why quitting something is so impossible for them? If it's not working, you can move on. And if someone's being mean to you, if someone's bullying you too, like even if like say you are one of the few people who can actually make like a little bit of a profit in MLM, if the person is just being mean to you or gaslighting you and you don't like it, like you are not like at fault for leaving. It's a good thing to notice when you're being mistreated and to move to a different environment that you hope will be more like more conducive to your the more conducive to like your positive mental health. I'm always on the smallest creators live stream. Oh, thank you, Eloise. That's so nice. I appreciate that a lot. And let's think like why if we go to our boss and we say, "Hey boss, I've been looking for other jobs. Can you be a reference for me?" They're not going to sit there and talk about how we're not taking ownership over our career. We're not taking accountability for the results of our work. They're going to be like, "Brilliant. I'm so proud of you for finding new employment or trying to find a different job. I would love to be a reference for you." They're not going to sit there and insinuate that you're losing your identity by moving jobs. Right?
Okay. So look, now put yourself in my shoes and put yourself in their shoes. Is it even right for me to say yes or no? Don't join, don't resign, or resign? No, it's not something that I should ever myself say because I'm not them. And so I need them to come to the good conclusion, the best conclusion. And I need it to
The good conclusion equals stay in my downline so I can continue to make money off of you.
for them to see it. So I went through these. Okay. So now the interesting part of this is that as this is goal achievement and this is goal failure.
Can you read this? Sir, like why? So goal failure. I'm moving my mic over so I can like try to read this. Which one is bigger? Okay, goal failure. Putting off the important, distraction, being a spectator, sabotaging success, confusion, not prioritizing and deciding, old habits and routines, continuing to do what is going to get what is giving you what you no longer want, playing victim, a reason to not win, invalidation of self, viewing yourself as less or unstable. Is anyone else not able to read this? And then goal achievement, responsibility, the reason something happens or doesn't happen, ownership, responsibility for all that affects your business, accountability, get the results no matter the excuse, commitment, do the reps every day, showing up fired up to win every day. I hope you could hear that. I moved my mic out of the way so I could get closer. So he's not gonna tell you whether or not to move to a different upline or to stay, but he's going to phrase it in such a manner that if you move uplines, you are failing in your goals. You are failing in your goals because instead of you moving for a valid reason, if you feel like you're being bullied or mistreated or you're not getting any help, no, it's because you're procrastinating. It's because you don't see your inherent value in the business. It's because you're just confused. I think this is a way to gaslight you. And then if you are staying with an upline that is treating you terribly, that is not helping you, even though they promised they would help you figure out how to work your business, you are being responsible. You are showing up. Like, look at this freaking writing. Showing up, fired up to win. You're fired up. You are sacrificing instead of being gaslit into staying in the same downline. I think obviously when you look at goal failure and goal achievement, you're going to want to land naturally on the goal achievement side, right? This makes me so mad. So mad. Calm down. It's okay. It's okay. It's my choice if I want to stay or move on. What the fuck is this guy even talking about? Yeah, we're adults. We have the ability to make our own decisions. We have the autonomy to ask his advice, sure, but we also don't need to take it. And I would hope if he was actually giving people this advice, if he actually teaches people to give their downlines this advice, that people hopefully see through the bullshit. This makes me upset a little bit. Monica agrees. What? Too tiny, lol. I am impressed you can read it. I squinted and I put my face real close to the screen. You're going to do death by PowerPoint. It should. Oh, if you're going to do death by PowerPoint, it should be readable. Yes. I agree, Eloise. Yes. Mansplaining with slides. But isn't it about the opportunity? Non sequitur. Ooh, what is that word? Sequitur? I don't know what that word means. Can you tell me? But yeah, it's about the opportunity. But of course, it's always like we have some kind of deficiency within us, right? It's not just because we want to be in a healthy environment. It's because we need more personal development. It's because we are playing the victim. It's because we're playing the victim. It's not because we're being bullied and mistreated, right? It's just gaslighting. I feel like this is gaslighting. Sir, keep your advice. We don't want it. I completely agree, Jenny. Why am I getting worked up? It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm not wearing my glasses so I can't see shit. I'm wearing my glasses and I couldn't see that. At least he's not manspreading. He can't really manspread standing up on a video. I'm Google casting onto my big TV. Aw, that's funny. Okay, let's keep going.
And so far better to get the identity strongly built, person made the right decision. So when I went through these identities and these identities, the person is able to identify just within those top three to say, yeah, you know what? It is my business. And if I really did take responsibility that something happens or doesn't happen, then that person's going to figure out how to communicate with the upline maybe and say, hey, when you do this, I get it has this effect on me. Is that something that we can work with a little bit? Or the person just says, oh, okay, so, all right, it's my business anyway. And obviously, if I end up having an organization of, let's say, 10,000 people, it would be impossible for me to be able to help every single person. And so at some point, I'm going to have to let them work out their own problems down the line there.
It's fine advice if someone's being rude to you that you can say like, hey, this is bothering me and this is why, but you're not always in an environment where that is safe. It's not always safe, or you don't always feel secure enough to do that, right? And if you have a big, fancy, famous upline, you might not feel like you have the ability to say, hey, I don't really appreciate when you do this. Can we try to work on this behavior so we can have a more productive relationship, right? And so like, and if it's a really complicated in-depth issue as well, like it might need more than just, hey, I don't like this, let's figure this out. You might need to separate. It's okay, like everyone does not need to get along with everyone. If you just don't work with your upline, it's okay to acknowledge that and move on. But in this case, like he's teaching people to say, like, if you're moving uplines, then you are failing in your goals because you're playing the victim. You're not taking responsibility. You think that your lack of income, your lack of financial growth in this MLM is due to your upline and not like your own inner being, not your own willingness to sacrifice. It bothers me. An interference or conclusion does not follow from the premise or evidence. Ooh, what is that? That's a do you mean the sequitur thing, Charlie? Non sequitur. So you said, isn't it about the opportunity non sequitur? An interference or conclusion that does not follow from the premise or evidence. Gotcha. I don't fully understand still, but thank you. Far better to get the identity strongly built. Person made the right decision. What does that even mean? I wouldn't even know what that means. That is a fantastic question. You should not join an MLM, point blank, period. Yes. And if someone is convincing you not to move, not to change uplines, that should be a red flag. You should, like, in an average environment, your boss is not going to gaslight you into staying in your workplace. Again, if you have an unhealthy, manipulative, toxic environment, potentially, but that's a different story because we know not every work environment is positive and happy and healthy all the time.
You see, so that's the reason that I'm even standing up here week after week after week after week is that I want to like pass off all of the knowledge, all of the experience. And this right here and this right here, when you're able to help people look at their own life and look at their own doing and not doing, then you are making them very intelligent. One of the things that I see a lot of people on YouTube, and what the parents see is that they are trying to show their knowledge. I am not trying to show my knowledge. I am trying to give my knowledge. The things that I show you are things that I have done not one time, but hundreds, thousands, some of them tens of thousands of times. The things that work are the things that I bring forward to you. And it is not for you to watch them. I want you to own them. I want you to take on the identity of every one of these videos. Because when you do, then you have all of my knowledge plus your knowledge. Okay?
So he's not trying to show his, what did he say? He's not trying to show his knowledge, he's trying to share it. But then states that everything he teaches us is based off of things he's done thousands or tens of thousands of times. So I think that's showing your knowledge. That's legitimizing what you're teaching by saying that. And then he says he wants us to take on the identities of the videos. So he wants us to take on the goal achievement identity and have commitment, accountability, ownership, and responsibility. But the way we can do that in our MLM is by staying with our potentially abusive or toxic upline. And there's just so many contradictions here. You are showing your knowledge because you just bragged about how much experience you have. And why do you want us to take on the identities of your videos? Why would we need to? Why this should be a red flag if we're at work and we need to completely change who we are fundamentally in order to find success at our workplace. I work in a more professional office environment. I definitely have to dress nicer than I normally would. I have to brush my hair. I have to be more professional than I would at home. But I am not inherently changing the way I'm thinking, my boundaries, the way I want people to treat me, the way that I want to be spoken to. I don't need to inherently change that. But in all of the MLM videos, the Amway videos, specifically, we've heard you need to change yourself into your upline in order to find success. Why do we need to change who we are fundamentally to make money in MLM? That should be a huge red flag. And I wish that more people would see that, and would open their eyes to the toxicity and the predatory nature of this industry and then leave, because we are all great and unique and wonderful the way we are, and we don't need to be turned into clones of Tim. I am in a badly mood. Not interested in working hard for free for my upline to get all the money. Not interested to sell shit nor waste my time in a stupid Zoom call and being all weird, thanking my job for everything. Yes. They're like, oh my gosh, thank you, Beachbody, for this Starbucks drink. Thank you, Beachbody, for helping me put gas in my car. It's like, my job helps me put gas in my car too, but I'm not on social media telling you about it. No, thank you. I agree. When I'm on vacation, I'm on vacation, not hustling for a stupid MLM. Look at me working for my pool. No, hun, that's not a flex. They want to change your mindset and make you more coachable. AKA brainwash you into a cult. Perfect. Yes, those are all super correct. Oh, this frustrates me.
Okay, so that's the reason that I walk a person through this instead of just giving them what they should do, because I will never be able to answer everybody's questions. Never in my lifetime could I even answer one of my legs in my organization. I couldn't answer all those questions. Okay, so that's the reason.
That comment makes me think that he's in an MLM. And yes, you can't answer all the questions of all your people if you are at the top of your company and you have tens of thousands of people in your downline. But that doesn't mean that if someone comes to you and is having an issue with their upline, that you should just blow them off and politely gaslight them into thinking that there's something inherently deficient in them if they're wanting to leave a negative, toxic environment, right? Only an MLM, that's not true. I'm exaggerating, but MLM, it seems to be like anytime you establish boundaries of how you want to be treated, that is a negative thing. You're just being negative and you're not willing to sacrifice. But if someone in your office, say, is bullying you and you go to HR and you tell them what's going on, HR is not going to sit there and gaslight you into thinking that it's your fault that you're being bullied. If you're in a reasonable work environment, chances are they're going to try to get to the bottom of what the issue is and see if there's a solution.
Reason that I do this. So now, when you go through this and you're looking at what causes goal failure and you're looking at what goal achievement comes from, now you get it. Now you get like that. Why would you shift out of an organization if you're already in an organization? You got some volumes, not a whole lot of volume, and so that wasn't be the loss. But there's other losses that I didn't think this person had ever quantified, and I didn't even bring them up actually, because the person had already made the decision and it was the right decision, and so I left it alone. I left it there.
Why would you leave an organization where you have some volume? If you have anyone underneath you at all, you're going to have some volume. So we're assuming that these people, they're not bringing their downline with them, because if they were bringing their downline, then they would have volume, of course. But how weird is that? Like, let's think about this in an average work environment. Hey, I'm being bullied by my boss. I am being forced to work overtime every single day. My mental health is diminishing rapidly. I need to leave. But why would you leave a workplace where you're making some money? You're making money. It might not be as much as you want, but you're making money. Why would you leave? If you translate what he's saying and you put it into any other work environment, it doesn't make any sense. Charlie said, because it's a cult. Agreed, Charlie. Agreed.
So what I didn't discuss, I've not ever seen someone crush it when they've done this. I've seen it a lot of times, unfortunately, but I've never seen anybody crush it. They think they will. They think if they just had the guidance from this one person, right? Never. After the 6 months, they had already often it creates a feeling of transgression, which transgression is an act that goes against a law, rule, or code of conduct. Okay, so the person, just imagine, like you go to an event and you left an upline to go to another upline, and you're at an event and that first upline, you see them. You kind of have the creepies, right? Yeah, it's a little creepy. So it's that sort of a thing that reduces your power. You want to be standing up strong, powerful, not feeling like you've harmed another.
So he tells us to not change our uplines because he has never seen anyone crush it, whatever that means. So he must be referring to those who change uplines and don't bring their downline with them, because then they don't have a guaranteed volume. He said often leaving your upline creates a feeling of a transgression, which is an act that goes against a law, rule, or code of conduct. And if you're at an event, you see your old upline, you get the creepies because you feel like you've done something wrong. this is so weird and twisted, but I'm just going to share a story that kind of relates to what he says. I don't think this is related in an average workplace environment, but in my first adult job, it was very toxic and it was a really bad environment for me. And so I left after less than a year. And then I saw that boss who did not treat me very well at all. And I kind of felt like that. I was like, "Oh geez, I don't want to see her. I don't want to be around her." And I just like booked it away. But I did not give harm to her. I did not harm her by leaving her workplace. I was in an environment that was toxic and negative for my mental health, so I left it. I felt weird or the creepies like he says because I didn't want to see her. I didn't want to have to talk to her, so I booked it. But he's saying like you feel the creepies because there's an automatic power imbalance because you have somehow committed a weird transgression against your upline by leaving them, and you are automatically at a disadvantage because of that. And so we should just stay with our current upline because there's no way we're ever going to crush it with another. And then when we're at the event, when we're at these events, oh wait, what was my point? Okay, sorry. We should stay with our current upline because we're never going to crush it. We're not going to be able to crush it. And then we should stay with our upline so when we're at these events, we don't see our past upline and get the creepies. Hello, Anastasia. So, not monetization. I need to get to 1,000 for subscribers for monetization. I just hit, in my opinion, the more attainable requirement of the 4,000 public watch hours in 1 year. So not monetized yet. And I just moved my hair around and I look weird. Okay. Sorry. Okay. We can leave for a job that pays more. As simple as that. It's not rocket science. Or it could just be that you want like a well-rounded resume. Because I've not been in the work environment, the big girl work environment for that long, and I've had several different jobs. Because of that, I have a really strong, well-rounded resume, and I make more money because I've leveraged my experience that I've had in other employment to request a higher salary. Just because I see someone crush it doesn't mean I'm inspired to say, stay. Exactly. Doesn't mean it's realistic for everyone else. What the fuck is this guy talking about? Seeing another upline is creepy, just weird. Yeah, and you leaving a workplace, you leaving a shitty upline is not a transgression. You didn't do anything wrong. What does any of this have to do with the business environment? Yeah. Jeez. It's awkward, but I wouldn't call it a feeling of transgression. Yeah, awkward. Like that's how I felt when I saw my really bad first boss ever. It was awkward because I didn't want to be in the same room with her, right? That's a great point. Like it's awkward, but you did not cause them harm. You did not do anything to them by leaving their workplace. I'm waving one of my hands around. If you don't feel safe in a job and it's possible to leave, then leave. Don't worry about other people. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, you mean in a real business, if you leave and then you see your old boss, it's awkward, but you didn't do anything to them. It's not personal, and your boss, your employer, is going to be able to replace you really quickly.
Or, like it didn't work out kind of a thing. Okay, so it reduces a person's power. Also, the person loses 6 months to a year of action. And most of the time that I've seen this is that they don't make it back. In fact, they lose their whole vision in that 6 months that they're, quote, off. Or I see them, they try to sneak stuff. They're still operating the business. They put the business in, they have their mother sign up, and then they sell the business back to themselves. All of this extra traffic.
A lot of the times when you want to leave your upline in an MLM, you can't just do it quickly. Oftentimes you have to quit for 6 months to a year and then you can move. So when you have to quit, when you quit, like you aren't working your business, you're not making any money. It's a full year. I guess you could go and join another MLM for that year, but it's a full year if you're not working your specific MLM business. And I could see how that could really get someone out of their rhythm, out of their routine. And then he says during that year, people will like sign up their mom or their spouse and then like make money through through their mom's account and then they get fired. I think, or not fired, terminated by the MLM. I think 6 months to 1 year having to quit before you can change uplines is a really, really weird requirement. I think it should be easier to change uplines. I understand not necessarily wanting people to go from upline to upline, but why can't it be like 4 weeks? So just so you can like think through your decision and make sure that's really what you want and that it will benefit you or you think it will benefit you, and then you can move to your next upline. I don't understand why it needs to be 6 months to a year. It's just to discourage people from doing that, from changing, but it's also encouraging people to stay with potentially a toxic upline. I have worked with shitty bosses, but eventually I moved to another command and never have to see them again. In my line of work, you have awesome people, but you also have shitty people. Mm-hmm. Military can be very diverse. You have a great mentor, but also shitty mentors. Yeah, that's pretty normal, right? For a workplace. But in another workplace, you're not going to be gaslit into staying if you want to change jobs.
Is like harmful, right? So then the company finds out about it, the person's terminated, and it just goes all sideways. Okay. So I didn't talk about any of this. I only talked about the identities and having assisted the person to step up in responsibility, ownership, and commitment. That's all I had to do was restore that person's understanding of those things.
You don't need to be in your MLM and stay with your upline to be responsible, to have accountability. You can be accountable for your own mental and physical well-being by leaving your toxic upline. You are accountable to yourself and your family by leaving an MLM. It's not there. He's making it seem like it's very black or white. You are either responsible and you stay in your MLM with your current upline, or you're irresponsible and lazy and you're playing the victim and you leave either the upline or the company. In a real business, you leave one team to a better job. Okay, wait. In a real business, and you leave one team to a better job in another team, then you can see all your colleagues at events, yeah, and be happy for each other. Happens all the time in the NHS where I work. Brilliant point. Brilliant point. In any other environment, if you see your old coworkers at an event, people are going to be happy to see you. They're going to hug you. They're going to ask you about your life because you're work friends. And with work friends, you're not automatically not friends anymore just because you don't work in the same building. Great point. Happy Friday. Hey, Julie. Happy Friday to you. It's so nice to see you. Because they are not in a cult. They're grown-ass adults that can wish you happiness. Perfect point. You are on fire today. We are almost done. This is a shorter video.
Right? So these identities are fantastic for coaching, and they're fantastic for people making really good decisions, because when you're in the frame of mind of the kind of, let's call it the loser column, where you're looking at procrastination and distraction and all of these things. Well,
so we're a loser if we want to change uplines. We're a winner if we stay with our upline. What? Those
are like identities that are harmful. They're identities that get nothing. Okay, so when you're using these fantastic coaching tools, you're building the person up as a person. You're not an answering machine. You're building the person. All right. And so that's always, so it allows the person to come to their own conclusions, and they will learn from it, and they'll probably share their story just like I have, right? Over and over and over again. So in your comments down below, please, have you ever had the idea to switch lines? If so, what did it yield? Have you ever had someone want to switch lines to your business or out of your business? If so, what did it yield? And also, if you like this video, please do like it, share it if you know somebody who might want to see it, and then also subscribe if you haven't already done so. We have a Telegram group. You're welcome to join. You can ask questions inside that group, and I am able to answer for everybody. Sometimes I do audio messages and stuff like that. I appreciate you. Thank you.
So this is his channel, Tim Sales Network Marketing Power. If you want to go check out his content, of course, be nice. Don't say anything too intense. You can just like quietly watch. So that's a lot. Like that's a lot. So we need to get to the root of why our upline, why someone in our downline wants to leave, and we need to like understand their pain points, right? We need to understand what they're going through, and then we need to politely gaslight them into thinking that the only way you can not be a loser is if you stay. The only way you can show commitment to yourself, to your business, is if you stay. And of course, your uplines are going to really understand. My blur is like cutting me off. Of course, you are going to also understand your downlines why. If they want to be in the business to help their family, if they want to be like getting out of debt, then you can use that to like you can use that to say like you are not going to achieve your goal of getting out of debt if you change uplines. You need to stay with me. And there's also a big thing where we hear this in the Amway videos a lot. It doesn't matter who your upline is. It's up to you to find success in your business. We heard Rocky Covington say that his success is on the shoulders of his uplines. He only made money. He passed away semi recently. He only made money in Amway because of the support of his uplines, and then his upline Bill and Peggy Britt, right? But then if a downline does not find any success and goes into debt, it's not the upline's fault, right? So the success is due to the upline, but the failure is due to the individual's deficiencies. And that's always an interesting contradiction, in my opinion. I'm suddenly extremely hungry. It's almost my dinner time. In a real business, they congratulate you and throw you a big going away party. Totally. That's true. IDs are fantastic for coaching, like more vulnerable to brainwash, you mean? Yeah. Yep. That's a great question. Great point. Not an answering machine. Is he trying to leave a message? Buddy, it's a fucking scam. You're right, Mark. Yeah, I don't like his style at all, but he has a lot of really interesting content, and I'm definitely going to do more of his videos. Literally, like half of my shoulder is gone. I might need to change where my camera's sitting, because this happened when I first got this camera. I put it on this monitor, but my whole face was covered in blur, and now at least like my face is free, but like my shoulders are getting cut off. So tomorrow with the Clown Town, I'm going to move my camera over so maybe I'm not covered in blur. Yeah, he knows. He knows for sure. Yep. Any excuse for a party, yes. Lost with Lau. I think I have to watch this as a replay crew. Hey, so nice for you to be here. I really appreciate it. I don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome to my live stream. That's so nice of you to be here. So yeah, that was a fun, shorter stream. I love it if you guys could join tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Oh, it's Sherry. It's Sherry. Okay, you've been here before. Hi, Sherry. Thank you for being here. So what was I going to say? Yeah, 7 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. I'm extremely excited to talk about Amway with the Clown Town. I'm so excited that someone wants to talk to Amway about Amway with me. It's going to be really cool. So if you're free, it'd be cool if you could come join. We're going to talk about a training system called 953 BIB. BIB. It is an Amway system where if you follow that system, you are going to find massive success in Amway. It's going to be really, really cool. I've been wanting to do this video for a long time. Oh, you think it's the shirt pattern? Okay. Maybe I won't wear the shirt anymore. Thank you. Oh, that's so nice. Lost with Lau is a different account. Got you. Yes, Mountain Time. I don't know what time that will be. If it's super late for you, you can just watch the replay. I totally understand. These times don't work for everyone, but it's a good time for me, right? Because it's not too late and I can just do the stream and then wind down and go to sleep at 10 o'clock probably. Yeah, so that's all I have for today. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me. Really, really appreciate it. It was really nice of you guys to hang out, even though there was big stream going on another channel. Tune in tomorrow. Thank you, Charlie. That's so nice. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great night and you can go jump in the other stream. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow for the Clowntown Amway stream. Bye.